Right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Zurich, from Switzerland. This is X-BIONIC. This is our virtual unveiling of something exciting and something new. Bon dia, buongiorno, bonjour, guten Morgen. So a very warm welcome to all of you. A very warm welcome to people joining us from all over Europe, from China even. Warm welcome to our friends from the media side. Some of our athletes are joining. The X team is joining. So for us, it's a very big moment and a moment that we've been waiting for a very long time. So a pleasure to have all of you with us today for the presentation and the unveiling of TerraSkin. So what TerraSkin is all about, we will show you a little bit later. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Patrick Matusas. I'm Head of Marketing Activation at X-BIONIC, and I will be your host and guide through today's session. I'm not doing this alone. I have two gentlemen next to me. We have Maximilian Lenk, our CEO, joining us today, and we have Flavio, our General Manager Footwear, who for sure is one of the key players in the whole story. So yeah, that's the kind of setup for today. A little bit of organizational stuff. We will wait a little bit, like 1 or 2 more minutes and give more people the chance to join in. From an organizational perspective, so this is like a virtual event, as you have all seen. We're gonna record this session and we will share the recording with all of you at the end of this week. So please take notes now, but you will also get the recording of the session later on, which will give you the chance to then do a recap, to have a look and listening again to what we've been presenting. We are also inviting you to ask questions. So at the end of today's session, there is going to be a Q&A or time for a Q&A session. Please put your questions into the chat function of the meeting. We will have support there, and the chat will be moderated. And at the end of the session, we will then try to answer as many questions as possible. If it's not possible for us to answer all of the questions, or for other reasons we are not able to answer the questions, we will get back to you later on with the support from the country agencies. Yeah, we will also provide a media package to all of you. So content-wise, press releases, media package, also including images, video, copy around the TerraSkin project will be provided by the end of the week. So we think we can equip you with all you need. But first of all, I think we should now start and get off the brakes and introduce you to TerraSkin.
I am really impressed about X-BIONIC TerraSkin shoes performance, mainly here in the downhills, because they have a lot of grip.
For me, it goes back to my love for trail running. I realized that I want to create a shoe which is just perfect for trail running. And perfect for trail running means for me a combination of cushioning with control.
It's a system gear that is providing a next level of control, keeping the best level of cushioning, and is working on all the layers you have between the feet and the ground.
It's the best shoe for off-road running. Rocks, roots, mud, you can just fly.
More you can adapt to the ground, and more grip you have, very simply.
This shoe provides the best level of comfort which you can have on your feet. You can go off the brakes.
You can use also to go to sleep.
Great. So this is a little bit of an introduction. As I said, the two gentlemen next to me will now guide you a little bit more into talk about the background of the project, the business background, and also the concept behind the shoe. So let's get started with our CEO, Max. Happy to hand over. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Patrick. and a very warm welcome and good morning from my side to all of you. Good afternoon to China, to Asia. And you can be very sure that we are all very excited about today and the session we're going to have with you. Why? Because the project, the revolution, which we want to show you today, is something which is close to our heart. We worked for a very long time on it, and we put all of our energy, all of our creativity, and all of our ideas into it. So it's a big moment, and we are very happy to share with you. I would like to start with X-BIONIC. With X-BIONIC, we are driven by sports. And more precisely, we are driven by the boldest dreams in sports. What does this mean? It means that we help champions to turn their dreams into reality. World-renowned enthusiasts are trusting us because X-BIONIC is offering the best product they can wear on their skin. It's people like Marco Odermatt racing the steepest downhill tracks globally, or people like Sebastian Steutner surfing the biggest waves on planet Earth. Those two people, they are only a symbol. They are the iceberg for many, many athletes, many enthusiasts out there who are trusting in X-BIONIC to turn their dreams into reality. And with this, we are champion's choice. Those people believe that with X-BIONIC, they can improve themselves to really push further, to push the boundaries and to go bigger, to go longer, and to go stronger. And we share the same values with those people. This is very important for us. We are a community with our athletes and also with all the other enthusiasts out there who are buying into X-BIONIC and who are using us for their beloved activities. What are our values? We always act as one team. This is very important for us internally, and this is also very important for us working with our athletes and learning from them. We are all wild at heart, and this project is a very strong symbol for being wild at heart. And we are all people with the willingness to sweat. This is connecting all of us. We love to sweat, we love to be active, we love to do sports, and we love to push boundaries in sports. And today, we are very proud to show you our next revolution. X-BIONIC, we are from Switzerland. High mountains, steep valleys, and technical terrain is our playground. We love trail running since ever. Our apparel and our socks are perfect for the changing weather conditions in the mountains and for the long and strong body workout, which you are having sweating all day long on trails. You saw in the movie, I personally love trail running. I do it nearly every week. And I was always missing the perfect shoe. I always had cushioning. This is what you can find everywhere on the market. We all know that. But what I was missing was control, was grip, and was precision. And this is where we started. Our vision was to create the perfect symbiosis between cushioning and control. It should be the perfect system for your feet to have a very long day in technical terrain, over routes, over rocks, and on very steep technical downhills. This is what we wanted to create. And after more than 2 years of development time, we are very proud to show you our newest product, our newest baby.
Okay, cool. Handing over, yes, Max, like thanks for also the business background. I think it's important to also say like this is something really new for X-BIONIC. Many people of you, I think, know the brand since a long time, but a lot of things have changed in the last 2.5 years, mainly with the new management team, also the new whole setup. And I think TerraSkin is a perfect example of like how this change in the organization, in the brand, is now materializing into something completely new. We have the proof point right in front of us. So you can already see some of the nice details of the shoe. Most of you also have like the product in front of you. So something very special. Just looking at it, when I saw the concept for the first time, I was really excited. I can see this direction going into a really nice and modern way. So, but somebody has to make this all possible. It's not just popping up and it's there. So I think the team needed a footwear expert. As I said, X-BIONIC has never done footwear before. We're like experts in socks. But how did like the expertise in socks and apparel, functional apparel, translate into a footwear concept finally? And this is, I think, leading us to our general manager footwear from Italy, Flavio, who made this all possible. Having a vision, having a dream, and getting the chance to make this dream come true. So Flavio, from your perspective, who are the people behind TerraSkin?
We had the possibility to build up a complete new team dedicated to footwear. It was not only one new team composed by 6 members, but we had also the possibility to create an R&D center in Italy, in Montebelluna. Montebelluna is the European capital of technical footwear. So there we have the right environment to build up this new strong chapter of this company that is called footwear.
So we will show you a 6-7 minute video now, so don't be surprised. But this is hopefully giving you all the product background, the details of all the knowledge and all the expertise that went into the concept of TerraSkin. So the video is explaining a lot. We will then come back to Flavio and give a little bit more like background information. But let's have a look into that video first.
So you can find really everything in trail. Sometimes is mud, sometimes is rocks, sometimes is little stones that are moving. You don't know where you are landing with your foot. I think there is still a lot of potential in trail running to make something innovative, and we are here for this reason. What was a bit strange for me as a shoemaker, I would say, is that no one brand was paying really attention in the past years to the importance of the sock and really thinking about a synergy in the system. The right sock is really making the difference when you run. Here in X-BIONIC, there is a lot of knowledge around sock, around the behavior of the foot, and this is a treasure. We are recognized in the market to be one of the best next to skin brand. So for sure, we started working with the sock, with a strong synergy with the sock. And then step by step, through new technologies, we complete the job until the ground. In the normal systems, in the normal sock-shoe combination, you still have a lot of friction between the two elements. And here, for example, in the sock, we created this special yarn, the grip fix yarn. So this is really limiting the movement of the feet and the sock inside the upper. One another element that is working in a synergy with the sock and is really providing you an extra level of control is this part. So this part is made by knitting and is made by a mix of elastic yarn and non-elastic yarn, and this is providing immediately an unbelievable wrapping effect. So it's really elastic, but is also providing you a very strong tension. It's something that you perceive immediately when you wear the shoe, that this part is really keeping you solid on the ground. Another important function that is called the speed frame is what is visible here with this frame. We are wrapping the upper around the midsole, the internal midsole, and then we are wrapping around again with the external frame. So this is one only body, one only corp that you feel immediately, especially when you go downhill, is really wrapping around your feet and providing you the maximum level of stability. Inside the heart of the system, we made a really deep research around the right shape to give to the carbon. Because one of the problems we found is that having a full carbon plate in trail path is really not working, because you really need to have a sort of feeling about the ground you have below your feet. But on the other side, carbon has a lot of interesting property. It can give stability and can provide a lot of reactivity, especially when you go uphill. For this reason, we designed this special plate. It's patent pending now. So the torsion is really super flexible. And on the other side, especially in this part, when you have the maximum power from your feet, you can really be reactive. Then you have this side working like two brackets, giving you stability, especially when you are tired after a lot of kilometers. And then last but not least, in the central part and on the back, you have a lot of cushioning. You have any rigid plate that is disturbing you. And this element is working in a synergy with the last important element. It's our cherry in the cake, and I'm speaking about the spin wave. Spin wave is another patent pending. All these lugs really move like 1 centimeter back and forth in order to adapt to every kind of terrain. On the aesthetic side, we wanted to launch this shoe in a special colorway, the Yin Yang colorway. It's really eye-catching, I would say. So we really designed everything about our technologies and a clear function. So you need a lot of time on testing. And especially with Vibram and with their athletes, we made a lot of tests. We made almost 4,000 kilometers of testing. Around that testing, we reshaped and we adjusted some points that they was not working perfectly. We made a longevity and durability test with one of our Spanish athletes. He just made a marathon in the desert, and until now he made with one pair of shoes 800 kilometers, and he's really happy about the behavior of the shoe. He doesn't see any cut. The sole is still very good. He told me yesterday that he believed that he can make another 400 kilometers without problems. We made also a research and a study with Cerism, University of Verona, and they made 3 months of testing with 5 different testers, and they put in the test our shoes and a comparison with other 2 important brands. So with this study, we found that our range of pressure is perfect for ensure the best grip. 27% more surface that is touching the ground, and 27% of surface that is working in the ideal pressure condition, working on a lower pressure. On one side, we guarantee more grip. On the other, the consumption is less. We can really provide an extended usage to the consumer. It's working really in the opposite direction compared to the fast fashion. And you can really keep the same product 6 months more, 1 year more. Everybody loves and feels the difference. It's really a big difference compared to other brands. It's a system gear that permits you to go down without any brake. You just need to try, because this is the other portion that is really making a difference. When you try, you will love it.
So a lot of information, like as you've just seen, there's so much going into this shoe, into the concept. As we said, for us, it's not just a pair of shoes, it's a system, a combination of socks and the footwear. So this is what where we started. This is what makes it unique, and this is also why we're here. Like, because we haven't been shoe experts. We've been experts in very technical socks for a long time with our X-Socks brand. So now that was the starting point, and this is how the concept then got translated from the skin, as we call it, all the way down to the ground. And that's more or less why we needed the shoe, because that's what's completing the setup.
Good job.
So coming back to, again, like to Flavio, the man who made it all possible. Flavio, you very briefly touched on the team that has been working on this and on your expertise. Can you just share a little more details? Like, how big was the team, and also like the background and the level of expertise, I think that is in that team.
So we are in total 6 people, so full dedicated to footwear. On our setup, there's something special, I would say. Something special is we have a technician, an European technician that is based in Asia, for example. And this guy has almost 35 years of experience. This permits us to have the full control on quality and production, and this is really important, especially when you move the first step into footwear. Another interesting part of the game is that it's a bit funny that in total we say we are an old footwear animal, because within this group of people we have more than 150 years of experience. So this is we decided from the beginning that we needed really a lot of experience to reduce the possibility to make mistake. So as you know, footwear is with the all respect for apparel and other business, but the footwear is really a bad beast, we say in Italian usually. So it's not easy to manage, and you have a lot of handmade process, and having the full control is not always possible. You really need to be close to the supplier, and you really need to think deep on every kind of detail from the beginning. And I'm really happy about the opportunity that X-BIONIC gave to me and to the team to build up the perfect R&D center and the perfect setup to make it real.
How many years are you adding to the 150 expertise? Like, how long have you been in the footwear game?
So I'm almost 25 years, and before I was working in Mammut as head of business unit footwear. Then I worked also for many other brands in Technica Group, Montura, and also Oka 11 in the past.
Cool. Talking about like the team, I think that's very interesting to see like how experienced the individual team members are. That's one aspect. The other one, I think, is also like, where are you operating from? So we are today sitting here in Zurich in our X-BIONIC headquarter, but where are you with your team, Flavio?
Yeah, the other interesting part, as I roughly said before, is that we was able to build up an R&D center. So we have around 250 square meters in Montebelluna in Italy. Montebelluna is the capital of the outdoor footwear. And in that place, we can really find everything we need. So in terms of suppliers, last makers, the right people. So there we have brands, we have many brands that are working in the outdoor footwear field. And for this reason, we can find everything we need, especially in terms of development, I would say.
Yeah, very interesting. I think this office and like working space in Montebelluna is very inspiring. This is also something that we would like to introduce and allow you to visit over the next weeks and months. So we will stay in touch with you, and also if there is interest from your side, there is a chance to go to Montebelluna, visit Flavio and the team, have getting a peek behind the curtain of all the things they're doing there. The setup is pretty amazing because like the team can really do everything in-house. We don't need a lot of like external support. So the speed of development, the speed of like conceptualizing things is very impressive, and definitely worth a trip. Italy is always worth a trip, but definitely visiting Montebelluna will be something that we can offer to you over the next weeks and months. We talked about like the people behind the project, the people who made it possible. We talked about the location, Montebelluna. A little bit more like maybe a personal question, like what was driving you, Flavio, when you heard about this? Like, because you said like you've been in the footwear game for a long time, but what was it that was exciting you personally to take that opportunity and work on the project?
So I would say you have to be a bit foolish for sure. But I have to say what was really exciting me was the fire in the eyes of the management and from the investor, from the CEO, I saw that they really wanted to make it happen. And immediately afterward, when we started to work on the business plan, I saw that we could really get everything to make a dream possible. Having the opportunity in this moment, in this time, to create something from scratch in terms of team composition, processes, and having 1 year just for innovation is something unique. And this was really the game changer for me personally to take this challenge.
Nice. The other thing, I think it's one thing to work within a team, like in a group of like X-BIONIC now. But I think magic very often happens when like you're adding like a special ingredient to your work. Can you like share a little bit of like what kind of ingredients you had in mind and who we collaborated with while we were on the project?
So on the upper side, so if we have to divide the shoe in two parts, I would say there is the upper part and there is the bottom unit. And I would say we have really a lot of expertise as a brand on the upper part. On the other side, we needed to have a strong partner for the bottom unit. So we had some crazy ideas, some disruptive concepts, but we needed to be supported, especially on the engineering of the molds. We needed this support from a strong partner. And we decided from the beginning to have Vibram on board. And I think it was really the right choice going to thinking about the result of what we have in hand today.
Perfect. We have also the pleasure and the honor to have one of our partners from Vibram with us today. It's Alex Palumbo, sales manager at Vibram. And maybe we can ask 1 or 2 or 3 questions to Alex to understand a little bit more on like what the collaboration looked like from their perspective.
Yeah, Patrick. At this point, I will ask to Alex, what was in the beginning the key factor to start a strong partnership with X-BIONIC?
Hi, everyone. Hi, this is Alex from Vibram. Thank you, Flavio, for the question. It's actually more than a couple of things. First of all, we were very happy to join forces with X-BIONIC. It's a brand we know for technological content, commitment to performance and technology, and these values are very strong at Vibram too. So there was a logical connection there. Secondly, we had the chance to create something unique, a system, as you said before, where we could also incorporate X-BIONIC expertise into knitting, into socks and everything, into a full footwear system, which is something new. And we're always very happy to be called upon to push the envelope and create something new, make new ways of making shoes. And well, finally, on a personal note, we had the chance to work with old partners, old friends, we can say, with Flavio, Marco, which we know since many years, and we appreciated in the past for their expertise, their vision, the strategy. So for us, it was an extra warranty of success here.
Thank you, Alex. I have another little question. This is, for me, the most important question because I remember all the troubles and all the difficult moments we had together. So it was about the biggest challenge you remember on the engineering of the bottom unit molds.
Of course, yes. We were presented with a very strong concept here that was really pushing the envelope, and the task we had was to make the dream come true, no? It was a difficult task. Definitely, we worked with the Vibram technical team and X-BIONIC footwear team for many months to make it true, to make it real. I will not bore you with all the technical details. Just worth mentioning that the midsole you see there was not an easy task, and the molds there are really, really complex. We needed to assure, to guarantee that the flowing of the material with all the openings and all the windows to create this kind of a perfect cage for the footwear. So that was not an easy task. And on the bottom part, the bottom unit, the rubber was kind of an obvious choice. We used our Mega Grip compound, which is the best in class for grip. But also we needed to create this net design, which was an extra additional grip because of the adaptability to the terrain. So we could afford low to zero compromises here. So we needed to take an extra care in production to make this net design working. So those were the two main aspects we needed to work on.
Thank you, Alex.
We put a lot of sweat in this.
Thank you, Alex.
So one last question for you, Alex. How did you support X-BIONIC, since we are speaking about sweat? How did you support X-BIONIC on field testing, and what was the result?
Well, yeah, as many of you know, we have, as Vibram, we have a huge network of testers. So we have a lot of athletes working with us to try to test our products. I think we are now more than 250 athletes in our network. So, of course, we test all our products to give and evaluate weakness and strength of the product. So we are always happy to underline the strong features, but also we are able to fix little details to make the product perfect. So once we had this very cool X-BIONIC shoes, we definitely had to put invest a lot of time in testing, because it's a new concept, it's a new product. So we gave the shoes to some of our professional athletes. We gave the shoes to our internal tester team, and we gave the shoes also to some colleagues. We're just passionate about running on lunch breaks. So we had a very holistic view of different kind of users. So we had very positive results, and it's worth mentioning we had an athlete, one of our professional guys, who managed to run also more than 800
The Destroyer is called, right?
Yeah, it's a shoe shredder, let's say. It was really destroying the shoes. So he ran for more than 800 kilometers and 60,000 meters climbed. So and not on everyday terrains. He was really going on technical and hard terrains. I think the worst possible conditions, and he was extremely happy about the results. Okay, and in the end, the shoes were gone, definitely, as predicted. But he was really happy about the grip, the traction that the shoe offers, the adaptability, the interface between the sock and the shoes. And also the durability test was very okay, was very good for us.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. So I would hand over now to Patrick. Thank you again.
Oh, thank you, Alex, for joining and giving us a few more insights. I really like those facts that are not too official, but I think that's the reality. Like, there's a lot of things happening in the background to make a product ideal because concept is one thing, building something is another, but making something that works in the real world, that is working on the trail, is what it's all about. And you briefly mentioned, so also the field test is an important part of the development of a product. So thanks for Vibram and the collaboration here again, also to work with Vibram athletes on the project to get proper feedback from people who are running every day, a lot of kilometers every week, every month, every year, a lot of climbing. As we have highlighted before, this concept is mainly about it's a trail running shoe, it's off-road, it's made for uneven terrain. So getting the right feedback from the right people is essential to make a great final product. Which is now leading us a little bit away from the lab and the concept and the product to the real world, and to people who are there to use it. We talked about the Vibram team, and we talked about how much time they spend on testing the shoes, the quality of the product, which is encouraging. what we will also do now, and this is part of like also what Max has talked about. We are working with a lot with athletes, with the best athletes in the world in different areas. So of course, it is our ambition also to work with the best trail runners from now on and to see how they can help us making the products even better over time and getting their feedback, learning from their experience and learning from what they've been doing. So beside unveiling TerraSkin today, it's also an honor and a pleasure for us to also introduce our very first pro trail running athlete to you, who will now, from now on, be an official X-BIONIC athlete.
This is Núria Piques from the Catalan Pyrenees, and I'm very proud to be part of this amazing family, which is X-BIONIC. I have been testing all the material, the clothes, the shoes, and I'm really impressed about their performance and can't wait to show to all my community what's coming.
Great. Welcome, Núria Piques. Hi, Núria.
Hi,
can you
how
hear
are
me?
You?
Hey,
hello,
I
everybody.
can see you. Thanks for joining us today. That was actually the most critical moment of the whole session today, because Núria is, of course, in the mountains. She is preparing for a race on the weekend, the Eiger Ultra, and we were not 100% sure if she was able to like have connection, be able to make it. But here you are, Núria. A very warm welcome. Great to have you.
Yeah, thank you very
with
much.
us.
Thank you very much, because the technologies and me, we are not good friends. So I was a little bit collapsed when I saw that the computer and the technologies didn't help me. But I'm here and I'm so happy to join this meeting with you. Thank you.
Great. No, that's amazing. As I said, like with technology, I think we all know you never know what you get when you're joining a meeting, although we've done it thousands of times.
Especially me, the technology is, wow, I'm very, very bad.
Good.
Everybody feel comfortable. I feel comfortable training in the nature, but in front of a computer, I'm absolutely zero.
That's why you're not working in IT. So, Núria, maybe for our audience, can you introduce yourself? Can you say a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you're doing, also when you're not running? Yeah, just a little bit of background.
Yeah, just now in this moment, I'm in Vallorcin, close to Chamonix, preparing the race for this weekend. But I'm from Catalonia, Spain. I live in the Pyrenees. I live close to between Barcelona and the Pyrenees, and I'm used to training there. I have 2 kids, twins. They are 13 years old. And I'm a professional athlete, and I am also a firefighter. This is my real job, and I really love it. Yeah, because to be in contact with the nature, to help everybody in the different situations, for me, it's a pleasure. And I don't know, I'm a nature lover. I like the mountains. I love doing all kind of sports. Not running, also climbing. I'm a mountain guide, and I feel happy to be here with you. And thank you very much, X-BIONIC, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this amazing family. At the end, the dream came true.
Thanks, Núria. It's, as I said, it's a real pleasure for us to have you with us finally and now officially. So what is it like? You've been in the business, in the game of trail running for a while now, I think very successful. What is it that still motivates you? Why are you still like, do the suffering, do that thing?
Yeah, as I said, I'm a nature lover. I like doing sports every day. For me, improve day by day is the most challenging. And discover new places, new people. Obviously, I like to compete, but what I like the most is going out for a run in the mountains and to share all these moments with my community, my people, my friends, and this is my life. So this is why I'm here. and I'm so happy for sure. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. I think during your career, like in every, like it's the same for all of us, but like there are highlights and lowlights. Can you let us know a little bit like what have been the lowlights in your like trail running career and what have been the highlights so far? Besides joining X-BIONIC, of course, which hopefully is a highlight.
Yeah, sure. Running this kind of races, ultra trials, is like the real life. There are lovely moments, but there are bad moments, and I have to manage these moments. You know, the good ones and the worst ones. But this is like the real life. For me, my highlight as a runner, as a professional athlete, was when I started running. My first ultra trail was in the Pyrenees, was Ultra Pirineo. And I thought for me it was a big challenge, and I didn't know if I was able to finish it. But finally, I won the race, and I beat the record, the female record. And for me, it was the start point of my career, you know. And for me, this was my the starting point for me, the main highlight in my career. And also in 2017, when I won Ultra Trail de Mont Blanc, for me was a dream. No, winning the most important ultra trail in the world was amazing. And every day I think about that present that life gave to me. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think as you said, like trail running is a lot of ups and downs, just like life. So
excuse me, the worst thing that happened to me was when I broke my ankle when I was very young. I was climbing in Montserrat, my lovely mountain, and the doctor said to me, "You will never walk." Never, you know. For me was wow, the injuries is the worst thing that an athlete can happen. No.
I think you've proven him wrong, so that's good. So but I think it's what you said, like it's about the passion, it's about doing what you love, and also like the willingness to sweat. Like I think trail runners know exactly what it means. You have to be willing to sweat. This is not a sport for like people who like to relax and enjoy. Just it's also about the pain, it's the sweat and the suffering, but in a very positive way. So this is also what X-BIONIC is all about, and I think you know what it means. Maybe to close this loop a little, like what's coming up for you this season, like race wise? What are the plans? You already said you're preparing for the race this weekend. What else is coming?
Yeah, last week I did the loop, the Tour du Mont Blanc, because I'm a mountain guide, and I was able to share with all my community these 6 days, amazing days training around the Mont Blanc. And in 2 days, I have a race in the Eiger, the 51 Ks, and I'm a little bit excited to be part of the start line with the new brand X-BIONIC. So I can't wait to be there. And after this, we'll see. Depends, step by step, and I don't know. It's a surprise. Yeah.
Cool. No, thanks for sharing this with us, Nuria. Again, like it's an honor and a privilege for us to have you with us now. For now, again, like Nuria, great to have you with us. Good luck for the Eiger race on the weekend. We are excited to see you at the starting line and also at the finish line. So good luck and enjoy the race. Good. That's closing the loop from like the business perspective, the concept, the shoe, and also the athletes that we are collaborating with. And I would like to close this loop again, coming back to Max. Max, I've asked Flavio the question, what was like his motivation? What was driving him in the project? What was driving you when you started thinking about it?
For me, it's pretty simple. I was driven by the opportunity. You know, I as a person, I love downhill fun. This is true for winter with skiing. This is true in summer with mountain biking. I love mountain biking, enduro biking, and downhill biking, also a lot of bike park. And this is also true for trail running. For me, the biggest excitement is always when it's going downhill and the fun and the excitement you have there. And my inspiration was really coming actually from mountain biking, to be honest, because a bike nowadays, you all know that has a lot of cushioning, a lot of damping, you say, with mountain biking. So it's very soft. But then if I do very big jumps, if I do rocks and roots, the entire system is very stable and I can go very fine lines. And it's always precise. And this is because of the stiff chassis. It's just like that, you know? We are speaking about soft damping, but carbon frames, everything is stiff. And because of that, it's a precise tool. And I really never understood why you have all these shoes with cushioning, which are even promoted like very soft foams, very soft EVA. And then if you translate this into the mountains, they are just like very soft. They are too soft. And I always had the feeling that on the downhill with the trail running, I'm on the brakes. I'm not off the brakes. And I'm not feeling confident enough. And this was driving me. It was the problem and the opportunity to make something very different and to make a shoe the very first time where you have the cushioning in the way you want to have it, but not in the way where you don't want to have it. And because of that, I was just very simply looking for much more downhill fun and much more downhill speed on the trail. This was what was driving me.
So we're making the downhill fun again. Good. Yeah, I think it's we discussed a lot also internally, like in most other mountain sports, the downhill is the most fun part. In trail running, it can be very painful and slow.
And dangerous.
And dangerous.
And dangerous.
So that was a little bit also like, how can we make this woohoo feeling like when you are skiing or snowboarding down or like on your bike and you have like a flow trail. So this is what we are trying to achieve here. And I think we have a really cool solution at hand.
Let me share, Patrick, one or two closing remarks about X-BIONIC, where we are standing now and why we did this also from a company perspective. TerraSkin for me, for us, is really a symbol for the next chapter of X-BIONIC, the next evolution of the brand. And all of us, we are new to the brand, we are a new team, and this new team is on board since more or less 2 years. And since those 2 years, we worked very hard to open this next chapter for the company and for the brand, to make this evolution of this very beautiful brand, which all of you, all of us know already since many, many years. So we worked on all the elements of the company, a contemporary design, a contemporary look and feel for the brand. Also, we revised the positioning. We worked on new products, new technologies, new patents. TerraSkin is a very, very strong example for that. But this is true across the entire range, across winter and summer season, all activities which we are offering. We have new products and they will just now start to land in the market. And because of that, TerraSkin is such an important symbol for us to open this next chapter. And yeah, with this, for me, it's pretty simple. We energize the boldest dreams. We are champion's choice. And now we want to create the next sports tech revolution out of Switzerland. We are ready to hit the trails. And I really would like to invite you to hit the trails together with us and to join us in our journey to really go the next step.
Great. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Flavio, for joining me today for that presentation. More or less, it's a wrap. So this is what we wanted to unveil, to show you today for the very first time. Thanks for joining us. We will now go into like a Q&A session. So we are very happy to also answer like first initial questions if there are any, and can hopefully answer them. As I said before, if there are questions that we're not able to answer straight away, we will get back to you afterwards. All right, let me see what's in the chat. Okay, we have a few questions here, and I will address the questions to Max or Flavio, depending on who's the right person. So the first question was about like, this is a carbon shoe. Is it only made for experienced runners and long distances? So Flavio, maybe this is a question to you. What kind of runners do you have in mind? And maybe also what other shoes are coming beside the one that we are presenting today?
So thanks for the question. There are some aspects around carbon. First of all, we offer fundamentally the same shoe with and without carbon, because we believe that there are different tastes. So every people prefer something different from some other people. So we wanted from the beginning to offer the version with carbon and without. Another important aspect is that carbon, as we designed, is more user-friendly compared to other brand, because as we said before, it's not affecting the flexibility and the cushioning, especially on the heel, but also on this part. This part, which is a soft TVA, is also able to adapt to every kind of terrain, and this is also part and the central point of our concept. So it's not, in general, the behavior of this carbon shape. This is a patent pending. We made 3 different molds to come to this solution. We made many tests. With this special shape, we believe that the behavior of the carbon is more gentle and is just providing you an extra benefit, especially in terms of reactivity and stability on the long run. So I think the spectrum of user is a bit wider compared to other brands. But as I said, we can offer also the version without. So it's depending by the taste of the people.
Let me please build on that question. One point to add. I think it's a very good question if it's a shoe only for advanced people. I would say it's the opposite. It caters for advanced people, but also very much for not so advanced or experienced people. Why? Because the entire idea is cushioning with control, and control. Less experienced people benefit a lot from it because it gives you security, it gives you more grip, and also when you are not yet so strong in terms of muscle power, muscle tension, the shoe provides you much more control and much more stability. And in that sense, many people nowadays even go out for hiking with a low-cut shoe. If you translate this into that, this is the best low-cut shoe which you can also take for hiking, just because more cushion, same cushioning like you have in the market, but more control, more precision, and more grip, and ultimately because of that also more safety.
Cool, thank you, Flavio and Max. Just conscious of timing, we only have a few minutes left. The next question, like, when is the launch date? Is there an embargo? I think you've been informed that today's unveiling is under a media embargo. That is primarily because of the launch date being mid of September. So the 19th of September is going to be the official launch date for that very limited edition of the TerraSkin X-BIONIC shoe. So the media embargo will end on that day. If you're having any further questions on the embargo or what's allowed and what's not allowed, please reach out to the local media agencies, Superneo for the German-speaking area, Epic in France, Colma in Italy, and BP Sports International in Spain. Or you can also ask me directly. But the embargo is linked to the product launch, which is going to happen on the 19th of September. One more product question, Flavio, this is from Italy. Did you start from 2 different projects, like a male and female feet, or is it like, what was the approach? Do we have a male and a female version of the shoe?
So first of all, we worked a lot around the feet needs, and we found that the needs between women and men are not so different. In the sense, we have a huge variety of feet shape, and this is across men and women. And our key point is to give the perfect way of adaptability, especially on the upper side. Working with this special elastic construction, we are able really to follow every kind of foot shape. We have also something special on the arch, so it's really anatomical, the last, but working with soft material, we are able really to adapt on flat foot and very high arch foot. So this is the key for us. So to give a possibility to customize around your feet, and this is independently between men and women. Also on color side, we believe that there is a sort of unisex taste. I have difficult times today to really have a huge distinction from woman color to men color. So it's I think it's really difficult for me. So we believe that the unisex is really the key today in terms of taste, but also in terms of properties.
Cool. Thank you, Flavio. As we said earlier, we are not able to answer all questions today, but we will follow up with you on the questions that are still open. So don't think that we are not ignoring you. We will come back to you after this session with the appropriate replies. But we've reached the end of today's session. Maybe I think most of you do have the shoes in front of you. For those of you who don't have the shoe, Flavio, can you hand me the pair? So don't be surprised when you open the box. So the lounge edition is coming in that special colorway. It's not that we made a mistake in packing. So the left shoe is white, the right shoe is black. It's intentionally, that's the yin part of the interpretation of the yin yang concept that the design team had. Very distinctive, very different. So we hope that you like it. It's also, of course, coming with the right pair of X socks. So as we said, it's a system. It's not just the shoe. So you will get the full experience and the perfect experience in the combination of the sock and your shoes. For those of you who haven't received the shoes yet or the wrong sizing, we are working on this. We are hoping to send everything out by the end of August latest. So we are working hard to make this as quickly as possible. But please be patient and give us a little bit of time. We are trying to fulfill all the wishes and requests here as quickly as possible.
Do you want to say when the embargo stops?
Oh, I already said it's the 19th of September. Yeah, with a product launch. So again, if there are any unclarities, feel free to come back to us. Good. If there is a chance, we can also stay in the chat for longer or in that meeting if there are any more questions. That's fine. If you want to leave, I just wanted to say thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this big moment for X-BIONIC. The unveiling of TerraSkin is a moment that we internally have been waiting for a long time, and a lot of people have been working very hard in the background to make this possible. So this is not the three of us only. There's a whole big team in the background making this possible in Montebelluna, here in Switzerland, in the office in Germany. So the whole big thank you to the whole X-BIONIC team who made this possible. Thank you to the attendants for today, for joining us, for your curiosity and interest in the topic. And we are really looking forward to joining that or continuing that work and journey with you over the next couple of weeks and months and hopefully years. So thanks for joining, and we wish you a great day. Take care. Bye. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good. I don't know if people are still in the meeting and would like to ask any questions. So we can also continue with some Q&As if that's needed. Just look into the chat. There's one question from Spain, Flavio, probably for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we assume that the construction of TerraSkin is fully designed as a whole unit, infusing the midsole and the upper with the outsole. But is there a possibility of resoling the TerraSkin with another Vibram sole unit?
So this is an interesting question. So thanks to put this question. I start a bit earlier in the sense I fully believe that replacing the bottom unit, the rubber is an interesting concept, but I believe that is working for hiking and mountaineering. Why? Because in that field, brands are using material with a very long longevity, and I'm speaking about the midsole. So you land usually after X kilometers that you have still a very good upper, you have a very good rebound still provided by the PU midsole, and since it's stiff, you have a lot of consumption on the rubber, and makes sense to change the rubber and replace the rubber with a new rubber, and this can double the life of the product. On the other end, on trail running, the situation is really different. I know that some brands now are approaching this concept of replacing the sole, but I think it's more, honestly, it's more a marketing story. Why? Because the thing that is really not durable at all in the trail running, especially if you really run hard, is the midsole part. So this midsole part, especially when it's softer, is collapsing. After already 300-400 kilometers, is collapsing, and their performance is already 50-60% compared to the beginning. And you will face after 700-800 kilometers that they will not have any rebound anymore. So you are running on a dead path. And for this reason, I really strongly believe that it doesn't make sense to replace the rubber when the rest of the shoe is collapsed. On our concept, it's I would say it's really hard, but it's still possible to replace the rubber. But it's hard. We didn't make it by purpose. We didn't manage it from the beginning by purpose for this reason. But on the other hand, we found that on the longevity test, that our rubber is still very good, is still on a very good condition also after many kilometers. Why? Because we have a soft TVA, and we give, thanks to this net construction, we give the possibility to the lugs to really adapt to the ground. So we are working, as I explained before on the video, we are working by this special situation, which is also a patent. With this special design, we are able to work on a perfect condition in terms of pressure. So on one end, we give more grip, but on the other side, we are able to reduce the consumption because you are not going on a very high pressure situation. So you don't have an uneven consumption of the lugs. So I would say, in reality, is more durable and is more user-friendly and is more environmental friendly than the other resoling concepts.
Thank you, Flavio, for this insight. Looking into the questions, I think maybe one more, and then I think we are closing for today. As I said before, if there are any more questions, open questions, we will get back to you. So question from France is, will it be possible to see the shoe at the UTMB? I think you're referring to Chamonix race. I think it's very likely to see the shoe there. Let's say it like this. Okay, great. So it's a wrap. Thanks, Max. Thanks, Flavio, for joining me for this presentation today. Thanks to the audience again for joining us. And yeah, we wish you a great day, and we are staying in touch with you on the follow-up from a media side. To everybody else, our athlete, the X team, enjoy the day, and see you all very soon. Take care, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.